Deadly precision.
All drop. Double kill.
Seize the skull.
Triple kill.
Over shield inbound.
What a shot!
Tango's closing in.
Over shield available.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel, and today I'm bringing you the updated best settings in the game. Now, I did make that video when the game first came out, and a lot has changed. That video is totally outdated, so I wanted to bring a new one to you guys. I've talked to several players, I've talked to pro players, I've talked to a ton of different people, and I believe I got down some of the best settings in the game. So obviously they're not going to work perfect for you because you will have to tweak them a little bit depending on your controller and everything like that. Like the other day I tried to use my Elite controller and my dead zones were totally off compared to what my other controller is. So depending on the shape of your controller, the wear and tear on it, it could be completely different. But it's a good solid base starting point, and to go into a custom game and tweak it just right that's best for you is definitely what you want to do. So if you guys are new around here, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 15K. And notice a lot of you guys watching the videos aren't subscribed, man. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, comment down below. It helps me out a lot. So what we're going to do, we're going to cover every single settings in the game. So like I said, a lot of these are personal preference. Now you will have to go into a custom game and tweak them so they are best for you. But for me, button layout, recon, thumbstick layout, default, vibration, this is one no matter what it is that you're using. If you use these settings or not, make sure your vibration is turned off. Last thing you want to do is out BRing somebody and your controller is vibrating, or you're trying to snipe somebody and your controller is vibrating. You definitely don't want that. Now, the only ones that I have checked out of the movement and aiming is going to be hold to crouch, auto clamber, and maintain sprint. These are the ones that I like. These ones help me out the most. I would highly recommend you trying these out if you haven't. I mean, if you guys are using the invert or whatever, that's totally up to you, but these three I definitely like. Now, going over to the sensitivity and acceleration, I like mine at 4 to 5. Depending on how I'm warmed up, I will turn it up to 4 or 5. My look sensitivity 4.0 for the horizontal. For the vertical, 4.5. Zoom level, I don't touch at all. I'm going over to the move thumbstick. Now, these are where I've talked to a lot of people. I've seen other videos on these as well, and I've tried them out. And this is what you're going to want. Your center dead zone down to 0. Your max input threshold up to 15. And your actual dead zone, you're going to go into a custom game, and you're going to mess with it and get it to where you have no drift on your controller. Mine is 3.5. That's where it stops at for me, so that's where I want it. Going over to the look thumbstick, this is very important. Center dead zone. Now, 2.5 to 3. Like, you're gonna have to mess with these. You're gonna go in there and you're gonna look with your thumbstick and see where you have no drift. If you don't have any drift, stop it there. So it could be at 0, could be at 5. You want to stop it to where you have no drift in your center and your actual dead zones. Your max input threshold, turn that all the way up to 15. Now, going over to these, I haven't messed with any of these. If you are using like an Elite controller or a Scuff controller, a couple things that you can do that's highly recommended is, you can't see it on this one obviously because it's not an Elite or a Scuff. Make your bottom left paddle your jump button. Okay, that helps a lot of people. A lot of people like that. So that's one thing you can do, is put your jump button right there. Other thing I've seen some people doing is messing with their zooms and stuff like that, but I like mine where it's at with right stick. It's just what I'm used to for years. So you can mess with these. It's just going to take some time. There is some new playlists, some FFA Slayer and stuff like that that you can just mess with these. Get them down exactly to where you want and jump into those playlists. So going over to the video. Now, this was a big topic. My last video, I was at 77, which is pretty much default, okay? Now, after playing the game, I've come to find out the best one for me is 98. I hear people saying, well, some people are playing on 120. Yeah, they are, okay? And they are using really, really high dollar PCs that's giving them not that much problem, because if you're going to turn it up, higher angles enable a wider and taller area at the cost of performance. Okay, so I do know people that use it at 120 and they don't have that performance PC that are like that some of these guys have, okay? And they are complaining that they're 4-shotting kids and it seems like they're not registering all the time. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And it is because their field of view is at 120. It tells you right there, turn it up the highest, you're going to lose performance. It says it right there. Now, 100 is a good base. Okay, 100 is what I worked with. I liked being a little bit lower, so I came up to 98. A lot of people that I've talked to are running anywhere from 95 to 105. Some people I know, like I said, are playing 120. If it works for you, it works for you. I don't like the whole fishbowl aspect, so that's why I went down to 98. This has been working great for me. If you don't believe me, go take a look at the gameplays on the channel. We've been on 98 and we've been tearing it up nonstop. Follow me on Twitter. You'll see it there as well. Now going over to the sensory, blur, I turned down, screen shake, turn all the way down, exposure all the way down, full screen effects all the way down, speed lines, uncheck that, turn your sharpening all the way up. Now this is if you're playing at a competitive mode, okay? If you're playing a lot of ranked, you don't need all this stuff right here, just slowing your game down. If you're playing campaign and everything like that, yeah, that stuff's fine. You can keep it on there. If you're just playing it casually, it's fine. You can keep it. It's not that big of a deal. Going over to the audio. Now, one thing, since I do YouTube content, I turn my music down so I don't get to any of that. And I believe, make sure you turn your voice chat mode on open mic because it doesn't come like that standard if you want to communicate with your teammates in the game. And turn your voice chat up to 10 because I believe it's on 7 stock, so turn it up to 10. Going over to the UI. Now, so the HUD, you can uncheck that if you want. I like keeping it there. Tips and tutorials, text chat, I don't need none of that. Where is the other thing? Network statistics. So you're going to want to have this checked. It's going to show your ping up in the top right-hand corner. As you can see right now, mine says 0 MS. So when you're in a game, it'll show you're running 20 ping, 60 ping, depending on the server. I like knowing those statistics, so definitely check that if you want to see that. Enemy UI colors, some people have this at a bunch of different colors. I like mine red. I don't know why it stands out the best for me. My friendly UI color, I did turn it on lime. Now, markers and banners, show enemy names. You can do that if you want to. That's some people do that. They call them out by their names. Like, oh, I have Frosted Flake, one shot P1. You know what I mean? So you can do that if you want to, and then you know you got the kill. UI visual effects, definitely uncheck these. Chromatic, bloom, parallax, you definitely don't want those on there. I mean, unless you're playing campaign or you're just a casual player, it's fine. You can keep those on there. All these I did not mess with at all, so you really don't need to do that. One thing I did is the weapon offsets. If you go to rifle, this horizontal offset 79%, vertical offset 50%, depth offset 50%. Just try it out and see what you think. So with the accessibility, I don't think there's really anything that we changed. I can't remember. It just goes over all that. You make sure that's there. Text to speech, you don't want none of that. Your sensory, yeah, all that we already did. And that's it. That is definitely what I've come to find out is to be the best settings. But I do hope you guys did enjoy this video, man. If you guys did and it helps you guys out, let me know down below. Like I said, you can copy these and then just tweak them the way you want to, and it'll work out for you. Let me know your field of view. I'm curious of what you guys are rocking. You guys rocking 120? You guys rocking low 90s, mid 80s? Where you guys at? I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.